Hi, this is Jerry Pletica from Touching Hearts at Home. Today we have another awesome referral partner conversation, and I can't wait for you to meet her. She's a wealth of information, and I can't wait for those that need this kind of service to get some more information. So how can I, in my daily conversations with my clients or others in the community, communicate about what you do? And if I hear something, what would be something to think about? If I hear something specific, what are some trigger words to think about?
Well, finances, that's, if somebody's saying, no, I don't want to put mom in a facility, and people will slip and bring up their inheritance often. People get nervous, I guess, when they talk about it. If they're talking about their inheritance standing in the way of mom or dad getting care, that's definitely something to think about. If you're seeing people come in and out of this person's house and they're staying there, they're using it, or anything like that, and they're not family, they have no place there, that's a good one to think about as well. I've had a situation where the landscaper, my client was 88 at the time before I came on, and she had worked her way into his life to the point where she was telling everybody he was going to leave her his $1 million+ house out on Hayden Lake. And she was taking money hand over fist. And when I came on, first thing I do, if I'm a conservator, first thing I do is I pull the last 3 years of financials. And she had said she'd never been compensated, never. And I was able to very quickly see that she had many checks written to her, and she was taking him to the ATM every other day to get $1,000, $1,500. And so I immediately stopped that. I got a hold of her. I said, "You're done. We're done with this kind of stuff." And, that's, so financial, it's just really, you can pick it up pretty quick. You can tell somebody's being genuine or not. Mental abuse is a big one. Somebody's getting yelled at all the time. They don't understand what's going on. They're confused, and you've got some family member or friend or whatever that's yelling at them, and there's no protections around them to prevent this sort of thing. That's a good thing to take note of. Are they able to care for themselves? That's a big one. Yeah. Are they self-neglecting? Mm-hmm. Do they need care? Like, do they need somebody to come in and put some care in their home, or do they want to go to the facility? Mm-hmm. I think those are the biggest ones. What are you seeing? Neglect, family neglect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's quite a few, and a lot slip through the cracks here in Idaho.
Yeah. Well, I will keep that in mind. So how do people get a hold of you?
I get a lot of calls from attorneys. There's quite a few estate attorneys here, and so I get a lot of calls from attorneys. Dan Glenn is the guardianship monitor here for all of North Idaho, and so I get referrals from him as well. Mm-hmm. I get referrals from people like you that are in this community and see this need. And and so typically when I get a referral, I'll talk to whomever is seeking out the information, and I'll give them a little guidance as to what the next steps are, if that's the direction they want to go. And then I would be asked to be put on a petition, and then that goes to court, and all of that stuff kind of gets worked out in the courts.
And from the time that you get called to the time you can be someone's conservator or guardianship, what's that time frame usually?
So there's a couple different ways to do this. If somebody needs something right now, they can do a temporary emergency order that goes in right now. And so I'm considered a temporary guardian or conservator, just so that I can get in there and lock some stuff down. And then that's usually no longer than 90 days that you're temporary, because the hope is by then they've had a hearing and have put you in place. Otherwise, if it's just the traditional route and it doesn't need emergent care or safety or protection, then it's like 3 months.
Oh, okay.
I've seen where it can be up to 3 months before it gets on a hearing docket. Yeah.
And once the hearing goes through, then that finishes and legalizes you to be the conservator. Okay.
Yep. I'll get the orders. The judge will sign the orders. I'll get them usually by mail, hard copies by mail. And then I immediately start, all right, what do we need? I've got to do for new clients for guardianship. I have to do a 30-day care plan. And so I will be meeting with doctors. I'll be meeting with the client. I'll be talking to family members. What is going to be the best life that this person can have? How can I do this? What do they need? What are their wishes? And so that's within 30 days after turning that to the court.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have annual reports every year that we turn in. And then conservatorship, there's two pieces. There's a full inventory where I have to inventory every single asset, everything, every bill, every asset, everything. And then I have to come up with a financial plan to make sure things will be able to be paid for. And so that has to be turned within 90 days to the court. And then I have an annual report every year after that too. The court's heavily involved.
It sounds like there's a lot of paper trail, but it keeps the client very safe in.
It does, yeah.
That all the pieces are together. So,
Well,
Brandi, this has been an enlightening conversation. I really hope you have a lot of people coming to you after seeing this. I know there's a real need for this. I've had clients where families did not want to deal with some very specific things, and I think you're going to be a great asset to North Idaho. So I'm grateful that
I appreciate it.
A great resource. So if you need any help with conservatorship or guardianship, please give Brandi a call. Her contact information is below. And I just really thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.